What is all the hype for SENS, Senseonics? Is it really worth it, or is it just a hype? Does it have what it takes to stand against Dexcom and Abbott? What are the short-term and the long-term catalysts? Am I looking to add more to my position or exit? Am I looking to stay in the company for the long term or just exit at the next spike? What's up YouTube, it's your boy Adam coming to you with the company Senseonics. It's basically a company that I'm very bullish on in the long term and the short term and even the midterm. Basically the company has been on a massive development. The reason being is because they have came out with groundbreaking device. It basically measures the amount of blood sugar, glucose, a sensor that goes in the back of the arm, under the skin. It has to be inserted by a physician. It can't just be done by the patient themselves. It has to be prescribed, so you can't just go and buy it over the shelf. A sensor that goes in the back of the arm, under the skin. It has to be inserted by a physician. It can't just be done by the patient themselves. It has to be prescribed, so you can't just go and buy it over the shelf. It puts aside all the needles, all the hustle, all the stuff that basically causes pain to the patient. There's no need for needles anymore to measure how much the blood sugar level is. The main reason that I want to talk about the company actually going down back in 2016 was because of the distribution company. Since he had a contract with Roche, a company that didn't deliver on what was promised. It's a medical device company that basically distributes, does brand awareness. However, it didn't really deliver on what was expected from them. However, lately the company has actually ended that contract with Roche and they basically partnered up with the company called Ascensia. Ascensia has proven much success lately. For that reason, the stock has really risen as we have seen in the past. So overall, the company is onto something huge. However, the competition is even bigger. When you compare SENS technology to the one of Dexcom or Abbott, you see big differences. If anything, SENS has the upper hand. You have SENS developing the sensor called the SENS CGM. It lasts for 90 days and that is the least that they have. They actually have one that lasts for 180 days. And that's the one that we're waiting for on August 31st to get approved by the FDA. It already got approved in Europe. So I am a firm believer that they will get approved by the FDA as well on August 31st, which is going to be a huge catalyst for the stock. Now let's compare that to the one provided by Abbott. It only lasts for 14 days, called the Freestyle Libre, and then you have to get it exchanged, or the one that is provided by Dexcom, which only lasts for 10 days. So when it comes to the comparison of the sensor, SENS has, as I said, the upper hand, and in the long term, the bigger winner. Now the only downside that SENS has is the price point. The Freestyle Libre provided by Abbott is only $95. However, the one provided by Senseonics is a $1,400 out-of-pocket cost. However, the only catalyst that would actually change that downside to an upgrade to the company is their approval for the 180 days and the 360 days by the FDA on August 31st, plus having Ascensia backing them up in the market. The next two big catalysts that I believe might happen, both of them or even one of them, and it actually make the stock price over $50, is these two. First is to basically get bought out by Dexcom or Abbott, as these two big companies have a bigger market cap, which make the stock actually fall into the area of almost no risk. Second biggest and huge catalyst, I would say, is for health insurance companies accepting to cover the cost of the SENS CGM. Now it's time to talk about who has been buying into the company. I have mentioned this investor in the previous video about TRXC, and that would be Wainwright & Co. That is pale in comparison when you compare that to how much shares that have been bought by insiders, which is 51%. That is a lot. When I looked at TRXC and I saw that their insider activity was only 4%, I was very happy. But then to come to Senseonics and see that their insider activity is actually 51%, that is way more than I can expect. That means most of the shares are actually purchased by the insiders. They believe in their company that they actually own more than half of the shares in the market. That tells me that the company is really onto something bigger than any company I have actually came across. And now it's time for some price targets, and again, I'm not your financial advisor, please do your own research. So I'm just gonna give you some of my price targets for the short term, for the midterm, and for the long term. All depends on the catalyst. For these coming 2 weeks, as they do have a conference on the 25th, I can see the price target hovering around $6, which is not really a stretch. However, for the midterm, I can see that we can go between $6 and $8. And for August 31st, I can see the share price way above $12. Don't take this as a financial advice, as I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research. With that being said, if you think that video made any value to you, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe and the notification button, as it takes me time to do this research. It's been an honor and a pleasure talking to you guys. See you next video.